Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, unfortunately, it's what the title says. That's not clickbait. I've really got to take the Jeep back apart. Some issues have come up. I'm going to explain it all here in a few minutes, but first, let's go ahead and get this thing over with. Okay, so now that we got that over with, I owe y'all an explanation. So the main reason all this is happening right here, well, really two main reasons. One, the gas tank is not going to work. Now, I don't know what the guys on the forum did different than I did. I read about this online, people doing this, and it worked. But once I got everything on there, all that weight on there, the suspension was so compressed, I couldn't even get my hand between the rear diff and the gas tank. It's not a huge deal. I feel confident enough in my welding skills now, I didn't back then, but I do now, that I can cut out, clearance that, modify that gas tank a little bit, it'll work fine. I won't really have to change much. Now, like I said, that's not the only reason I pulled this apart. I probably could have fixed that with the Jeep still intact, but I did a wooden bed, a wooden floor in the back of this Jeep, as opposed to doing like diamond plate or buying the super expensive reproduction panels they make for that. I made a mistake using a pallet though. The pallet lumber, even though it looks really good and it's nice and thin, it's hardwood and everything, it's just so brittle, it's cracking, there's ends trying to come off, big chunks trying to fall out. I don't really like that. I don't think it's gonna hold up long term. A guy I work with owns a sawmill and he cut me some really nice poplar I'm gonna swap this bed out for, so that's another reason I need to pull it. And finally, and this is my fault, when I started doing YouTube, I set this unrealistic goal that every week I was gonna upload a video. And the problem with that is I work 50 plus hours a week and I have a family and there's just so many other obligations in my life that putting out that much content is almost impossible for me. Now some stuff I do, I can knock it out in a weekend. Some of these jobs I do though, I'm talking 3-4 weeks before I finally have the project all together between, like I said, work and family and everything. So I left myself a bunch of loose ends, some stuff I should have done before the tub went back on. I've made me a list here, and usually I don't give y'all too many spoilers, but since all this has happened, since the Jeep's back apart, I'm still hoping to be driving it this year, this summer, but I want to do it right, and that's why we're back to square one. So here's some ideas for future videos I'm going to be making while this is all apart, and stuff that's got to be done anyways, and it's content I want to share with y'all. The bed and the gas tank, obviously that's the two main reasons I pulled this all apart. So I'll have a video on changing the bed, I'll have a video on modifying the gas tank and how all that's going to work. Now besides all that stuff, throttle linkage, I'm going to show how all that goes together because everything's off and it'll be really easy to show y'all how all that linkage goes over. I've got a brand new rebuilt Carter YF that I can't wait to show y'all. I can't wait to tell y'all a story about it, but that's something for later. The Pcv system, now what I've got right now is what they call a draft tube, I think. And it was on the engine that was in the Jeep when I bought it. Of course, I swapped engines. I got a junkyard engine, which also I'm going to do a video on like the drivetrain, the axles, anything that predates YouTube. I'd like to catch y'all up on that and let you know what happened there. I've got a ton of pictures. Unfortunately, no videos on that. But anyways, back to the Pcv system. So it looks like the engine that was in there come out of either a truck or a wagon, most likely. But your Pcv system is pretty important in these engines to make them work right. So that's something we'll talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and bleed the brakes, make sure everything's working, no leaks, because right now is the time to do that if I need to change anything. Rear cross member. So I've had a bunch of comments, people telling me I shouldn't have cut that cross member out. I need to put it back in. We need triangulation back there and all this stuff. And I've got a really good rear cross member that I welded in, a real thick piece of C-channel, and then there's a cross member not that far up from where I cut that one out. So I think instead of a rear cross member, I'm probably gonna end up just boxing that section in maybe, or just adding some plates in certain spots to beef that up. I really don't think I need the cross member, but I might end up adding one anyways. That's something kind of on the back burner. Exhaust system. So I bought the complete Crown Automotive exhaust system for these old Jeeps. So I'm gonna kind of do a review and an install video on that, let y'all know what I think about it. And finally, I made a video way back and it was called like fixing a leaky transfer case or something like that. And it was more like a vlog style video. It wasn't really a how-to video. I was just kind of figuring stuff out as I went. I didn't do a whole lot of research, which I wish I would have now. But a bunch of y'all came through, a bunch of y'all commented and said I needed to put a speedy sleeve on it. And a speedy sleeve is like this really thin little sleeve that you press onto those yokes, and then it creates a new seal surface. It fills in all those pits and everything. So that'll be a video I'm gonna make. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that now because it probably will start leaking again eventually. Another little side note, so I have been looking into doing a header instead of the stock exhaust manifold since I'm doing all my exhaust right now. Now like the cheapest one and really the only one I've been able to find is like $460, which is just insane. That's stupid for a 4-cylinder engine. Now, I've done some research and I think I might have come up with some cool stuff. If you're over on Instagram, you already know about it. Let me know down in the comments though, what y'all think about this list, if there's anything I've missed, or if there's better options for stuff or things I should look into while I've got it off. I really appreciate when y'all comment, give me information and tips and everything. It really goes a long way. Well, I think that about does it for this video. I can't believe a year after I put the tub on and told myself that's it, last time I'm putting the tub on, I took it back off. If I want to do this right, I want everything to be correct. This is a really cool Jeep. It just keeps getting better and better, and I want it to be the best it can be. Appreciate y'all checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time.